Hey guys, what's up? It's Coleman Jr. 88. You're in the printed source for wrestling, NASCAR, and music news. First and foremost, off the top of this video, I want to thank everybody for watching my TNA Hardcore Justice pay-per-view review. My very first video after 4 years of hitting over 100 views. I'm very appreciative of everybody who's ever watched any one of my videos. I've had some pretty low numbers. Extremely low numbers, because I refuse to monetize any of my videos. I refuse to join the Google AdSense program after what I've seen a few of my favorite channels go through, namely Darkside Phil Burnell. After what I've seen him go through with the AdSense program, I've refused to join simply because I never believed in making money off anything I do here on YouTube. I believe it's just for fun. As long as you treat people with respect here, on here, and leave an open forum for them to express their thoughts and feelings, I believe there's no need to make any money off of these videos. That is my personal opinion, folks. I just feel that way, and I want to thank everybody for watching my TNA Hardcore Justice pay-per-view review. That was one of my best pay-per-views that I've seen this year. Lately, TNA is doing some excellent work, especially off the back of that four-way ladder match: AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, and Kurt Angle. I believe that was one of the best matches of 2012, and I want to thank Dixie Carter and the Carter family for putting on such a great show. So I know Bruce Pritchard is writing TNA right now, or in charge of writing TNA right now. So thank you, Bruce Pritchard. Thank you, Carter family. Thank you for entertaining us for over 10 years now. Congratulations to Sting for the first inductee into the TNA Hall of Fame. Yeah, so anyway, with all that said, I'm going to start out with your pre-show results for the 25th anniversary of Summer Slam. The pre-show results are as follows. The U.S. title is on the line. Antonio Cesaro versus Santino Marella. Antonio Cesaro, the Swiss-born wrestler, won his very first singles championship in the company. So congratulations to Antonio Cesaro, also known as Claudio Castagnoli. I know I butchered that. Claudio Castagnoli. Again, I know I butchered. But anyway, congratulations to him for that match, for that win. I was getting pretty tired of Santino Marella. Don't get me wrong, he's funny as hell. He's good comic relief for the company, but for Raw and SmackDown. But I was getting pretty tired. And there was a rule where you're supposed to compete every 30 days for the title, or you know what I mean. But he hadn't competed for the title, and he hasn't. What's the word I'm looking for? Not challenged, but he hasn't been challenged in quite a long time. He's supposed to be challenged every 30 days. So, but it is what it is, and congratulations to Antonio Cesaro for that. Now I'm going to give you the actual pay-per-view review, the actual pay-per-view results. This was actually on the pay-per-view, so here we go. Segment number 1: Dolph Ziggler versus Chris Jericho. I believe this should have been later in the card, but it was what it was. And after several weeks of Dolph Ziggler claiming that Chris Jericho can't win the big one, Jericho finally won. So thank you very much to Chris Jericho for your hard work. I know I know you were supposed to leave on the 14th of August, but I don't know why you stayed on. Congratulations on the album release as well for Fozzy. But the man who carried companies like WCW, ECW, well, he carried WCW more than he did ECW, because you had guys like Tommy Dreamer, Terry Funk, and RVD to carry ECW, but WCW, he carried it with guys like Dean Malenko, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, you know, guys like that, the smaller guys, the luchadors, and he's been known to save a few shows in WCW history off of the back of their work. But yeah, Chris Jericho won his match. Thank you, Chris Jericho. Segment number 2 was your Brock Lesnar interview, saying he said that he was gonna re-break his arm basically, and he was acting all serious and stuff. I believed him. He's very capable. He's a very capable fighter. He's not designed for WWE, I guess. In his mind, he's not, because he's broken Triple H's arm once before this match, and I'll explain to you what happened at the very end of this for you. So, yeah, segment number 2 was your Brock Lesnar interview. Segment number 3 was Daniel Bryan versus Kane. Bryan won via the pin. I guess Kane was very pissed off, because segment number 4, all you see is Kane running backstage looking for Daniel Bryan. He runs into Josh Matthews. He grabs Josh Matthews, asks where Daniel Bryan is. Josh Matthews says he left, and as a result of that, Kane picks up Josh Matthews and throws him off camera into either a set of pipes or something, because he just heaves him to the side off the camera, and I don't know if he crashed into a set of pipes or whatever, but he's just been thrown. Josh Matthews has been thrown around a lot with the Nexus, and now Kane, and Kane is very pissed off, and AJ tweeted that he's going to be dealt with tomorrow night on Raw. So yeah, watch out Kane, and watch out AJ, because she's, you know, stuff like that. So segment number 5 was Rey Mysterio versus Miz for the IC title match. Miz retained the IC title. I liked Rey Mysterio's outfit. He was sporting the Batman Dark Knight Rises outfit, or the look-alike outfit for it. I like the ring attire tonight, and he was very competitive. Thank you very much to Rey Mysterio. But the Miz is your IC title holder for now. Congratulations to the Miz as well. GM's office, segment number 6. AJ is in her office talking to Teddy Long and Eve Torres, and basically you see Teddy and Eve walk out of Eve's office. Teddy praising AJ for the work she's done, and basically CM Punk. You see, then after Eve and Teddy walk off camera, you see CM Punk in front of the door. CM Punk decides to go in the office and basically go off that he's gonna win the 3-way match between himself, Show, and Cena, and then you're gonna be forced to respect him. In the meanwhile, AJ is off in space and she's not concentrating. She is my fantasy diva, so basically she can do no wrong in my eyes, because she's hot as hell. I'm not afraid to admit that. Again, she is my fantasy diva, so basically that's that. CM Punk walks out, mad as hell as always. Segment number 7, we had Ricardo Rodriguez, no, not Ricardo, Del Rio versus Sheamus for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now this match was called off a few weeks ago. Then on SmackDown this past Friday before the pay-per-view, Ricardo basically confronts Booker T, blah blah blah. I'm #1 contender, and Booker says no. Chris Jericho comes on, challenges Del Rio. He loses. Then we see Sheamus. We see Sheamus later in the night confront Booker T. Say he says basically I want to compete in SummerSlam. Give Del Rio his match back, and Booker T relents, gives Del Rio the match back. So that led to segment number 7. Alberto Del Rio versus Sheamus. Sheamus retains. Now I want to expand on this a little bit. Del Rio hasn't legitimately won a title. He was supposed to win the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania 27, but he hasn't won. He didn't win it because of Edge's situation. The unfortunate situation with Edge at WrestleMania 27. But I don't understand it. Alberto Del Rio is a good wrestler. I don't know if he's all that good on the mic, but he's a good wrestler, and he hasn't won. Every time he's been in the #1 contender spot, he hasn't won, except for one time at last year's Summer Slam. He had the Money in the Bank contract, and he won the WWE Championship off of that reason. And I don't understand why he can't win the title legitimately, whether it be the World Heavyweight title or the WWE title. I don't understand it. I feel that if Del Rio is not going to be in the title picture, he should just pack it up, because they're concentrating on Cena and CM Punk right now, or more on CM Punk right now because of the storyline and stuff. And Del Rio's getting pushed down further and further, and he just looks like shit now because of the way that he's being billed. That's unfortunate because, like I said, Del Rio's a good wrestler. I don't know if he's all that good on the mic, but he's a good wrestler, and he's being treated this way. I don't understand it. That's all I have to say on that. Primetime Players, segment number 8. Primetime Players versus Kofi Kingston and R-Truth for the tag team titles. Now, little story behind this. Their manager, AEW, was fired. The Primetime Players manager, AEW, was fired over some comments he made on live TV. And he's publicly apologized. WWE publicly apologized. It was a Colorado hotel comment about the Kobe Bryant situation, and WWE got a lot of heat for it. He got a lot of heat for it. Speaking of AEW, and as a result, WWE fired AEW. So we saw it wasn't explained last week on SmackDown why there was no AEW. There was just no AEW. And this week, this Sunday, at this pay-per-view, there was no AEW, so it was just the Primetime Players versus Kofi and R-Truth for the titles. And R-Truth had been beaten up by the Primetime Players last Monday before the pay-per-view. So while Kofi Kingston was overseas with the other guys. And R-Truth is very, very serious. It was a very, very good. It was an okay match. It wasn't good, but it was an okay match. R-Truth and Kofi Kingston retained. I don't know what they're gonna do with the Primetime Players now. Even though Darren Young and I forget the other guy's name, but they're okay. I mean, they have a lot of learning to do, but yeah, the primetime players lose, and I don't know what's gonna happen with them. So we move on to segment number 9, three-way match for the WWE title. We had Punk, Cena, and Big Show. Big Show dominated this match as to be expected, but it ended up being basically Big Show and John Cena. Big Show was beating John Cena's ribs, and basically John Cena got Big Show in the AA. He performs the AA, and as in typical three-way fashion, CM Punk throws Cena out of the ring. So Cena does the work. CM Punk picks up the victory, so leading him to be the 12th longest reign in WWE history, along with John Bradshaw Layfield, John Cena. Yeah, he has the 12th longest reign of the title now. What's also upsetting about this is he hasn't been the main event. He's only been the main event once in December, as Michael Cole pointed out, and that's the reason he's been upset, is because of that whole situation. And so congratulations to CM Punk. He retains. I'm a big fan of CM Punk and his stance on things. So congratulations to CM Punk. Segment number 11. I guess the WWE was short on the card tonight, because this never happens except for at WrestleMania. Kevin Rudolph came out and sang the theme song for the Summer Slam with a bunch of divas, basically, and that was segment number 11. I don't know why that had to happen. Again, that only happens at WrestleMania. At least that was the only time it happened, except for tonight. So yeah, there's not much to say about that. Yeah, basically. Segment number 12, main event, the Perfect Storm, Brock Lesnar versus Triple H. In the first meeting with Brock Lesnar and Triple H, in a contract signing, in a contract dispute, basically, Brock Lesnar wanted more, and Triple H wouldn't give it to him. At that time, John Laurinaitis was in charge, and Triple H was concentrated on John Laurinaitis, and Brock Lesnar turned him around, broke his left arm in the Kimura lock. Triple H basically challenged him to SummerSlam, and this was the end result. Brock Lesnar, surprisingly, or no, I shouldn't say surprisingly, he re-breaks the left arm. After what happened with John Cena, he loses that match over 2 lucky punches, but he wins over Triple H tonight. And then, surprisingly enough, after Brock had left, and he being Triple H, refusing medical attention, he mouthed the words goodbye. I don't know if this means a goodbye to the ring. I don't know if this means a goodbye to the fans. I don't know. Is he going to concentrate on his backstage job, his real job in WWE now, and he won't be coming back to the ring? But it was very shocking to hear him say that, or to watch him say that. And as he was walking up the ramp, a little kid grabbed onto him, and you could hear him say to the little kid, "I'm sorry, I tried." And it was very shocking to me. I want to thank Paul Levesque for all his years of service. If in fact this is his last match as a active wrestler, but he will still be in the company doing his real job. But if this is in fact his last active match as an active wrestler, I want to thank you very much for all his years of service. I found great entertainment in some of his matches, especially at not Survivor Series, a Royal Rumble, I believe was 2000. Him and Mick Foley put on an excellent street fight match for the WWE title. I believe it was for the WWE title at the time. But thank you, Triple H, if in fact this is your last match. Thank you very much. I'm a little surprised and a little stunned at that, but if this is in fact it, thank you, and we will continue to see what you do with the company now that you're in charge, completely after WrestleMania 28. So yeah, folks. Again, thank you very much for the over 100 views on my TNA Hardcore Justice pay-per-view review. I hope you enjoyed this review as much, or if not more. Of course, TNA Hardcore Justice blew this one out of the water, blew this pay-per-view out of the water. They had more action, more athleticism, TNA did with Hardcore Justice than WWE did, but with this pay-per-view. But I want to thank you for watching. I want you guys to be blessed. If you have any questions, comments, please please add them down there in the comment section. If you want any questions answered, please inbox me here on YouTube, or email me. If you want to know my email, please private message me and let me know. And if you have any questions, again, either comment box or inbox me here on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching. And this is Coolman Jr. 88, your independent source for wrestling, NASCAR, and music news. Peace out.